the darkest moments in human history. A timeline of catastrophe, collapse, disease, famine, war, and extinction. When history turned against humanity, slow pan across ruined cities, scorched earth, mass graves. History is not only built on triumph, it is also built on nightmares. Moments where the world seemed to crumble, where humanity suffered beyond imagination, where survival was a miracle. This is the story of the 20 worst moments human beings have ever endured, moments when life itself became unbearable. The darkest moments in human history, the year 536, when the sun disappeared, the sky turns grey, the sun glows like a dying candle. It began with darkness. In 536 AD, a mysterious fog covered the earth, and the sun stopped shining. For 18 months, temperatures collapsed, crops failed, snow fell in summer, famine ravaged continents, people believed the world was ending. This year marks the worst time in history to be alive. But darkness was only the beginning. 2. The Black Death rats, ships, shadows. 8 centuries later, death returned, not as famine, but as plague. Between 1347 to 1351, the Black Death killed 200 million. People coughed blood, died in hours, abandoned families piled bodies in streets. Europe lost half its population. Humanity screamed, but death did not stop. 3. The Little Ice Age, frozen rivers, starving mothers, abandoned farms. For 550 years, the world froze slowly. Winters deepened, summers vanished. Starvation spread, kingdoms collapsed, witch hunts destroyed thousands. It was a long, slow apocalypse. 4-1815, the year without summer, volcano explodes, global climate collapses. Mount Tambora erupted, the largest in 2,000 years. Ash blocked the sun worldwide. Snow in June, darkness at noon, global famine panic everywhere. The world trembled once more. 5. World War I trenches, mud, guns, screams. In 1914, hell opened on Earth. Men lived in trenches filled with rats, corpses, poison gas, endless explosions, life expectancy on the front. Human suffering reached new depths. 6. The Holocaust barbed wire, smoke, silence. From 1941 to 1945, humanity witnessed evil in its purest form. 6 million Jews, millions of others, gas chambers, starvation, experimentation, genocide. Some moments in history have no words. 7. The Spanish flu, bodies on streets, overwhelmed hospitals. As World War I ended, a new killer arose. The Spanish flu killed 50 to 100 million in 18 months. People turned blue, drowned in their own blood, died within hours of symptoms. Humanity was overwhelmed. 8. The fall of Rome ruins, fire, barbarian armies. In 476 AD, the greatest empire the world had known collapsed. Rome's fall plunged Europe into chaos, famine, illiteracy, violence, the Dark Ages. 1,000 years of progress vanished. 9. The Mongol invasions, horses thunder, cities burn. Genghis Khan reshaped the world with terror. 40 million people died, entire cities erased, populations exterminated. It was the deadliest conquest ever recorded. 10. The Atlantic slave trade chains, whips, ships. For 3 centuries, millions of Africans were kidnapped and enslaved. Families torn apart, lives destroyed, generations broken. It was one of humanity's darkest crimes. 11. Hiroshima and Nagasaki bright flash. Silence. Shadows burned into walls. In 1945, humanity entered the nuclear age. 2 cities vaporized. Thousands died instantly. Thousands more from radiation. It changed war forever. 12. Pol Pot genocide. Empty classrooms, killing fields. In Cambodia, 1975, one man tried to erase society. Under Pol Pot, 2 million died, intellectuals executed, children beaten, starvation everywhere, a modern nightmare. 13. Irish potato famine, empty bowls, starving families. One crop died, one nation starved, 1 million died, another million fled. Children died on streets. It changed Ireland forever. 14. The Great Chinese Famine. Villages empty, fields barren. From 1959 to 1961, the worst famine in human history struck China. 45 million dead. 15. The Rwandan genocide machetes, radio propaganda, rivers of bodies. In 1994, Rwanda collapsed into madness. In 100 days, 800,000 were murdered. Neighbors killed neighbors, children slaughtered. The world watched and did nothing. 16. Chernobyl explosion, fire, radiation. In 1986, a nuclear reactor exploded. Firefighters died within days. Skin melted. Radiation poisoned the land. A city abandoned forever. Humanity realized its own power to destroy itself. 17. Pompeii ash cloud. Frozen bodies. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius buried an entire city alive. People were preserved at the moment of their death, running, crying, begging. A city turned to stone in seconds. 18. Worst shipwrecks, waves crash, metal bends. Titanic, Lusitania, Estonia. Thousands died in icy waters. Chaos, panic, families separated. Sea disasters scar the human soul. 19. The Great China floods, rivers overflow, cities drown. In 1931, China suffered the deadliest natural disaster ever recorded. 4 million dead. Homes swept away. Starvation followed. The flood reshaped a nation. 20. The Dust Bowl, black skies, dust storms, children suffocate. In the 1930s, America's soil turned to dust. Storms blocked the sun. People coughed up mud. Farms died. Families fled. A nation suffered. What history teaches us? Montage of all disasters. These were humanity's darkest moments, times when hope seemed lost, times when survival was the only goal. But through collapse, plague, famine, death, and war, humanity continued. History is not only a record of suffering, it is a record of endurance.